Hello, today I will talk about the Bluetooth portable digital to analog converter xDuoo XP-2 Pro, and it's another great example of how xDuoo managed to improve their product lineup, because I already talked about that in few previous reviews, but it's another great example. So they released good amplifier T820, but many users wanted version with digital to analog converter, and appeared TA30 with added digital to analog converter and Bluetooth and so on. They released the xDuoo Link, small USB-C digital to analog converter, and it was lacking a bit of sound refinement and also replaceable cables, and they released the updated Link 2. I reviewed them. And same was with their Bluetooth digital to analog converter XP-2. It was okay device, but with just aptX codecs, and they really fast released the follower succeeder XP-2 Pro with improvements in every single aspect. They added all modern codecs like aptX HD, LDAC. They improved design, they improved USB interface, so everything was improved. Price also a bit higher, it's $140, but in this case I think this $40 price increase is totally justified. So let's have a closer look. Package is simple but with nice polygraphy, good cardboard box, and all features are highlighted here. So they're using XMOS XU208 and CSR8675, meaning good USB transport and Bluetooth. It supports DSD256 and highest resolutions, LDAC, aptX HD, also increased power, 300 milliwatts for 32 ohms load. It's pretty good figures, and nice specifications. What else is important here? Work time is about 15 hours from Bluetooth, about 8 hours from USB. You can see that XMOS is pretty power consuming, and more than 20 hours in pure amplifier mode, so really good figures, and actually they are pretty close to truth. That's what you will get. Of course it depends on selected gain, volume, but more or less it's correct figures. Inside of outer paper box there is another one made of cardboard with nice texture, with even better design, with xDuoo logo. And inside here is digital to analog converter itself. Let's put it aside for a while. And as usual, all accessories are hidden underneath. Not so much this time, but actually all basic stuff you will need. Short manual with quick start information, angled USB-C cable, pretty convenient to use it in a stack. You can use it with iOS device too, but you will need the Apple camera adapter kit. Also longer cable for charging or to connect it to your PC or Mac, and a short cable to use it as a pure amplifier. Also pretty common mode of operations. In terms of design, it's definitely an improvement over previous ones. So you can even see that nice gray aluminum case with 2.5D glass on both sides. And actually what is nice here, it's not pure black, but a bit gray. So fingerprints are not that visible. Of course it's still gathering fingerprints, and probably it could be fragile, so try not to drop it, but that's the price we pay for the beauty. You can see it has NFC, weight is about 150 grams, so you can still probably use it as a stacked device with your transport, but of course it will be already a bit bigger than usual. Here are two USB-C connectors, so separate for charging and to use it as USB digital analog converter, so no worries about draining power from your host device. On the front panel there is a line in and headphone out. Also you can definitely use it as a line out to connect it to some external amplifier, but just try volume low at first, so not increase volume drastically. It has even a built-in microphone with CVC clear voice call technology by Qualcomm, but to be honest I'm not sure about the use case scenarios of that receiver. Probably you can move it close to your mouth when you listen to your music and someone suddenly call you, but it's just a backup feature, at least in my opinion. Also play pause button, unfortunately no tracks navigation, so just one button, two levels of gain and input selection. And on the front panel there is a volume knob, you turn it on and LED indicator turns on, showing that it's waiting for different connections. And with input button you just switch in between different input modes and you can connect, and if you connect via Bluetooth, color here indicates the selected codec. White means aptX, I don't remember, sorry, not aptX, LDAC, I don't remember other color codes, but anyway, when battery is below 20% it will be orange and it will glow red charging, so yeah. Of course, separate LEDs for indicating charge, for example, would be nice, but anyway, still pretty okay controls. And once again, I must admit that design is really great, it feels really solid, really nice and pleasant to use. And actually, you know, it's a really strong rival for the Fios Q3 because it has Bluetooth and having all other features. And here used nice analog potentiometer, rotation is really smooth, channel imbalance is low, it ends really fast, so no issues with channel imbalance, with rotation, noise and so on. What else I can add? Connection quality is good, up to 10 meters without much interference or distortion or stuff like that, so maybe it's not the most powerful Bluetooth, but it more depends on the source. Anyway, up to 10 meters with one thin wall I got without problems, so that's it. And delay is pretty low because modern codecs is used here. Maybe it's not the super best solution, for example, for gaming, but with video I got almost zero problems. So in terms of exterior features, build quality and so on, it's really good. Actually, I think it would be nice to see some kind of leather case for it, because it's a device worth adding one into accessories set, because it looks really stylish. And another thought, I really hope that in some near future xDuoo will update their lineup of players, because their players were really good, but now they are a bit outdated, and you can see that this design is just begging of turning into digital audio player. And of course about the sound, so as an earphones, for example, I will use Noble Han. I hope I will get Sultan soon. And we need some player to show the examples. It will be Fios M15. It doesn't matter much what will be the transport, but anyway, you can see that LDAC is supported, and here LDAC is indicated by the pink light. Actually, in manual it should be white, by manual if I remember right, but it's closer to pink, but it's not that important. Actually, one minor usability drawback I discovered: when you press input accidentally, it disconnects from Bluetooth and you'll have to press it 2 times to turn Bluetooth back on and then wait few seconds while it reconnects. And of course I'm still missing the 2 buttons to select the to navigate the tracks, previous and next one. It would be nice because play pause works great. But actually changing the input would be something more different, or at least it needs some kind of hold switch. But anyway, let's go back to the sound, and it's a definitive improvement over the regular XP-2, because this one is tuned to be more natural, more resolving, and probably it can be called more audiophilic. I did some tests with USB and Bluetooth connection, but results are pretty close, and you know, it's for me it's really good, because usually there is a noticeable difference between the wireless and wired connection, but here this digital tonal converter managed to minimize lossy Bluetooth compression somehow. Maybe it's using higher resolution, higher bandwidth or something like that, but difference is less noticeable here. It's definitely not a model for those who need boosted bass, who need some warmth in sound, who need some coloration. It's a model for those who need neutrality, who need resolution, technical performance, and who is okay with tuning the sound with headphones. So let's proceed step by step. Bass is not accented, it's linear, it goes pretty deep. Actually it goes to maximum depth that wireless codecs allows, because even LDAC is a bit reducing the depth of bass, but with USB you will get the maximum depth of low frequencies, so it's still pretty impactful, with good body, with good speed, with good control. Actually 300 milliwatts for 32 ohms load, it's a pretty serious figures to control well almost any headphones, with few exceptions, but of course more than on that a bit later. It's really good with technical music, with acoustic instruments, with all that small nuances and overtones. It has really rich texturing, but of course don't expect some body highlighting or something like that. Of course you can tweak that with the headphones, but if you use to the source with with more weighted representation, keep in mind that it's not that type of the device. No bass boost, no attempts to add some coloration for the low frequencies. I prefer such representation for the source, because you can tweak the sound with headphones, but of course it's more a matter of taste and preferences here. And as an example, I got relatively simple example. It's Get Lucky by Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams. Nice, engaging, punchy bass line, and of course XP-2 Pro delivers it in the punchy and engaging way. And mids are also natural, no coloration, bit more focus on the micro detalization, not super nitpicking in terms of quality of record, but still requires something with proper mastering and so on, because it's not highlighting the macro dynamics, it's not trying to add some emotions, so all that stuff should be present in the record. And if record is good, even via Bluetooth connection, it will deliver good resolution, good body, good amount of details, realism, and so on. Imaginary stage is above average both in width and in depth, but of course still limited by the wireless connection. And in the USB mode it also improves staging a little bit. And as an example for the mid frequencies, I've got Hans Zimmer, Live in Prague, and actually main theme from Rain Man. Nice, good tune with a lot of instruments, with nice flute part, or at least I think it's a flute, maybe it's some other wooden wind instrument, but more I think it's still flute. And it requires nice resolution, and this USB and Bluetooth digital tonal converter has enough of technical capabilities to play this track on a good level. And treble, also it's not treble shy device, it has maximum possible treble extension. It's not trying to hide the treble or to make it softer, so also keep that in mind, because if you treble sensitive and you used to some other representation of your source, it will deliver as much treble as it present. But at the same time, it's not adding treble, of course it's not boosting anything, it's just playing natural and technical. Resolution is normal, but of course, you know, all the limitations in the sound of this device is caused usually by the Bluetooth codec in the wireless mode. In wired mode, all that stuff really improves. And it has good resolution, basic layering, nice overtone saturation, and pretty natural sound of the treble. And as an example for the treble, I've got Robert Plant and Strange Sensation, Dancing in Heaven. It starts with nice guitar part, and this guitar has a lot of pretty bright sound, makes a lot of pretty bright sounds, and requires nice treble because of a lot of overtones, and also this this digital tonal converter just plays it nicely. Probably one of the best representations in the wireless world. So to summarize once again about its sound, in the wireless mode, it's natural, technical, bright, and with a bit smaller stage because of the Bluetooth codecs, and with reduced treble extension and low extension either. In the wired mode, it's really good, natural, technical USB digital tonal converter with a bit of focus on the micro detailization. So it's the device for those who prefer natural and technical sound. In terms of pairings, it's pretty universal. It drives even high impedance full-size headphones like Sennheiser, for example. Maybe it's not the perfect source, but still really good pairing with Sennheisers, and it drives planar magnetic models, a lot of them like Hi-Fi and Sandara, of course not the toughest ones, but actually I got pretty pleasant results even with Mesa Empyrean. But of course it's lacking resolution and tiny nuances in that case. With in-ear monitors, with vast majority of them it's okay, for example with Hans, no problems, but with super sensitive models it becomes loud pretty fast, so you need to keep in mind with super sensitive models like Andromedas and others, you will probably need some kind of attenuator adapter. It's just to get more room of that volume turning. But anyway, it's of course the device that suits more for the full-size models, and it's created to deliver more power. Maybe they could add even less gain feature, but still on the low gain level of background noise is pretty acceptable. Speaking about the comparisons, it's not really logical to compare it with smaller adapters like FiiO BTR5, but actually with BTR5 they pretty similar in representation, with this one is being more powerful. So if you don't need more power, you can go with BTR5, but this one is for the cases when you need more power delivery. And FiiO's Q3, it's, you know, FiiO Q3 will have a bad times because this device has Bluetooth and offers about the same features, but Q3 is a bit smaller and it's suiting a bit more for those who need less technical and a bit less bright sound with a bit more weight, so it's a matter of preferences in the representation. There are some other devices probably, and actually xDuoo is going to update their flagship XD05. As far as I remember, there will be two models, XD05 Basic and XD05 Pro. The Pro will be with Bluetooth and with 1000 milliwatts of power or just 1 watt of power, so really nice and good. But anyway, let's go back to XP-2 Pro. It is not the device that everyone's need, because in many cases, of course, you can prefer some smaller Bluetooth receiver. But if you need additional power and if you need good USB digital to analog converter, XP-2 Pro is a really good device with technical natural sound, nice battery lifetime, lots of power, and so on. So xDuoo managed to pack a lot of good features into this device, and they even made it looking more stylish. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a nice day.